Ralph breaks the internet. Okay. I'm still undecided on whether or not I liked it better than the original movie. The original was about the idea of being a stereotype or a bad guy, and are you what everyone says you are? Can you change your destiny? Can you change your history? This was a lot of grabbing onto what's going on in the world of social media, the internet, and pointing out a lot of the fads and the things that goes on the internet, and what it takes to raise awareness and popularity on yourself, and the upsides and the downfalls of all that stuff, and there's all that crap that kids will not get just by watching it. On the fun side of it, you have Ralph needing to go on the internet because a part for the Sugar Rush video game for Princess Banshees Sweets is broken, and Ralph and the princess need to go on the internet to find that one part that exists to fix the game, to save the game. Otherwise, the game will be unplugged forever, and Sugar Rush will be gone forever. So when Ralph and the princess goes out there, when Penelope they go out to the internet, the first thing you see is just a lot of product placing. Everything, like from Google to Snapchat, anything that you can think of, and it's, as part one did a lot of video game callbacks like Street Fighter, Sonic, things like that. It does that as well, but it opens the whole endless universe of the internet. Even the dark web was mentioned. I gotta say, overall, I had fun with it. My family had a great time with it. The only problem that I had going to this film was when I was interrupted by a person who thought that we were in their seats. Turned out they were in the wrong theater. It took like 2 minutes of discussion to let them know I'm a AMC A List member. So there was no way in hell I was going to give up that seat at all. I wouldn't have cared what was going to happen. Look, my kids were ready to fight. I was ready to fight. We were ready. It was ready. We were ready. But luckily, I looked at the guy's ticket and I'm like, sir, you're in the wrong theater. 1, your movie doesn't start for another 10 minutes. 2, and you're in the way. Thank you. And it was fine. But then when we got back to the film, what I've learned after the fact that there was an after credits scene, and I missed it, so I don't know anything about that. I can't review that. But the story overall was great. The character of Princess, it was focused on her, on the princess, for Van Sweet to get out of the rut that she was feeling. Like for part one, Wreck-It Ralph was the one who felt like he was in a rut. He wanted to change his fate. And the princess was the one that was in a midlife crisis on this one, and that was a good story. Was it? I still don't know if I would say it was better than part one, but it was focused on the princess this time and her problems, unlike the problems that she faced in the first one. It was her problem and the thing that she needed to deal with and to come to terms with first. Ralph's situation second, and on the part one, it was the reverse. The whole thing about breaking the internet was a lot of jokes and a lot of throwbacks on it. A lot of the fads and the things that are going on, like certain dances, the floss and stuff like that, to raise awareness for Ralph. Ralph breaking the internet was Ralph needing to raise popularity, attention, money to get the part that he needed to succeed in his mission. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun jokes. The one thing that was the best, I would say, in this film was the Disney princesses. The whole stereotypes of and the history, the real true history of the creation of a Disney princess, from Sleeping Beauty to Cinderella to Aladdin characters. They went down the laundry list of the fact that these princesses never have a mother and a father. Well, the Frozen characters did, but they died instantly. There's usually a father. There's hardly ever a mother. They even brought in a Pixar princess from Brave. The funny thing about her character was nobody could understand a word she was saying. It was like, what's wrong with her? Is she crazy? She's from that other studio. They never mentioned Pixar, but that's what they meant. And they even, of course, my family member was my mother. I think she brought this up. She was like, "What about the Princess and the Frog?" I'm like, "Yes, Mom. Yes, they did not They did not ignore the Princess and the Frog. She is a princess, and she was recognized and utilized very, very well in the movie. The one thing I was upset about was the fact that Princess Leia was not used. Now, is Princess Leia a Disney princess? She's a princess. She is a part of Disney, so yes. Why didn't they use her in Wreck-It Ralph? I think the movie was, I have to look into it. I think the movie was in production when she died. Maybe they were going to use the Leia character in the film. But I think the whole thing about how her family does not want her character to be overly used, or maybe it was a situation where they just felt like it wasn't appropriate to have her in there. I thought it would have been fine. I mean, it was the cartoon version, which Disney has used many times, with or without her voice. I thought that would have been fine. Maybe they never had intentions of having her in there because she wasn't an animated princess. Maybe that was the thing. But she has been animated. She has been on the internet. She would have, and she is a Disney princess. So that was the one. If there was one thing I would criticize it for, it was the Disney princess little controversy, I guess, if you want to call it that, which wasn't even really a big deal. Either way it goes, I gave it a great a review because I feel like it rivaled the first one. The jury's still out on whether or not it was better than the first one. I don't know. So, but that being said, I just feel like, you know what, go see it. It's a good movie. Go check it out. You'll have a good time. You won't be disappointed. And I feel like it was just as good, maybe better, maybe not. I still have to figure it out if it was better than the original. But that out the way, let me go on to